What's going on, guys? I am Simple Simon. I'm your comic book noob. Welcome to the NOOB Rebirth. If it is your first time checking out the show, basically it's about me and my LCS owner talking comics in the comic shop. With me as always is my sidekick, Mark from Big City Comics. Say hi, Mark.
Hi, Mark. There's your coffee, sir.
He's also my butler.
There you go, sir. Sir, there you go. You know. So I was going to make a coffee for myself, but you know, had to make him first.
That's right. That's right. He's my personal assistant, part-time personal assistant, and sidekick, and butler.
You see what I have to put up with?
Get out of here.
I give him the pleasure to do his show at a comic book store, and this is what I have to put up with. He should be on his knees bowing down. Thank you, Mark. You're the best, Mark. I love you, Mark.
Can make your coffee, mate. Anyway, if you guys want to show some support for the channel, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment, and let's do this. This is a great coffee. Mark, have you ever considered maybe instead of doing comic books, doing Big City Cafe?
No.
All right, so Mark.
Yeah.
Recently, we discovered that you have had Big City Comics for 5 years, right?
5 years.
So what I want to talk about today, is how is like comic books, how is the market, how is the customers, the demand, how has it all changed in the time that you've had your shop, and maybe in the time that I've been collecting, because I've only been collecting for.
So first thing I'm going to touch on,
yeah.
What's changed is very prolific for me. And I imagine all comic book shops is the Wednesday. This is for Australia.
Oh, that's a big one, yeah.
The Wednesday release day. Massively changed perspective. That was due. That's probably due to COVID, and definitely due to COVID, made the DC move out of Diamond, which is Diamond is the distributor for those who don't know. Move out of Diamond and start and go to a company called Luna. And so they started releasing their stuff on a Tuesday. But also, when I first opened my shop, this is pre-COVID, people were lining up outside my door because I was the first one to have them on the shelf.
Yeah, so can I just touch on that? So Mark was the only shop that I knew of anyway. Every other shop here didn't put their new releases out on Wednesday until about 4 p.m. And I think it had something to do with lining up with it being the next day in America, which is stupid. It's like we're Australia here, right? But that's how I met Mark, was because I called up his shop before I'd ever been in there and asked him, do you put your new releases out when you open? And he said, yep, as soon as I open at 12 o'clock.
Correct.
Go on.
So I tried to make that a thing, and sometimes I was running late.
Yeah, mate. Sometimes. I'd be there and I'd be nervous because you'd have all your little posse of Big City Comics, you know, loyal people that'd be there lining up in the morning, and I'd be too scared to stand up front with them because they'd be like, hey man, what do you read? I'm like,
I'm just a noob. So that's pretty much the biggest thing, you know. But and now people don't really pay attention to that, you know, and not really.
It has affected me in a big way. So because I do my weekly comic haul videos.
I'm not saying it's affected. It's more people are not. Yeah, in that sense, yes. I understand what you're saying. Yeah, because you do your weekly video on a Wednesday.
With my weekly videos, I used to have the new releases. It'd be like the
bang and bang, bang, and used to do a little bit of a leak, right?
Yeah.
Bang, bang.
I'd have my videos out,
lick, bang.
Shut up.
Lick, bang.
People in the mornings in the US would watch it as they're going to get their new release books, and I was like, I've already got them. It was kind of a cool thing to have.
Yeah, it was a cool.
And now I'm a week behind, so people don't even care anymore.
Nah, but also people don't care because, you know, they'll come in on the weekend to pick them up or that sort of thing. So it's not as prolific or important. There are other things that we realise because of COVID. There are other things that are important than the comic book release.
So now that people have gotten used to it, you think it's not really a big deal. People have just, I guess, adjusted to them.
Absolutely.
It sucks for me because Wednesday is my day off. So my day off was New Comic Book Day. So for me, it was always, I loved coming here, doing our video, and then picking up my new releases, going home, filming it was
but like you,
a routine, and it kind of ruined it.
But like you, we adapt. We all adapt. You know, COVID forced a lot of people to adapt to different situations, different things in their lives, and this is one of them. You know, I don't mind it actually as a comic book owner. I don't mind it because I don't feel pressure of having them to release them on a Wednesday. I can release them on a Friday or on a Thursday or on a Saturday, put them out on the shelf. As long as I announce to the world via Facebook, mostly, then that's what I care about. And people get it now. You know, yeah, I don't feel, that's what I enjoy, not having the pressure to have to put them out. I love it because, don't get me wrong, I like the pressure, but I like not having pressure.
But what about things like price? How much have comic books gone? Because this is not something I really paid attention to. When I first started collecting, I would just pay you. I didn't even know how much they were costing. I was just like, here, put these through, and I didn't care. But now, I guess with knowing you for so long and shopping at this store for so long, obviously, I mean, your prices have jumped up just a couple of times.
Absolutely.
But how much
you have to.
have they jumped up since?
Oh, mate, a lot. Well, when I first opened, I had to be a little bit more competitive.
You were definitely cheaper than
I suppose I was
else.
cheaper than everyone else because I had to bring people in, starting a new business. I did that for about a year, I reckon. Then after that, I probably aligned myself with everyone else. For us in Australia, it's more pricing has got to do with the dollar exchange and obviously shipping. So they're the two big factors in pricing here in Australia, and also, you know, service. I know I don't devalue my service, so I value my service to others highly, and so, you know, even if by at some stage my pricing might get a bit higher than everyone else, but they're getting what they're paying for. Not only the comic books, but my smiley face
and your butt.
I wear my business on my sleeve, so I tell my customers everything. Reasons, justifications. I've said this before, customers are like investors in my business, so they deserve to know what's happening in my business.
Price for me, because obviously when I first started collecting, I was buying a lot of older books. And as far as how much you would pay for a key issue back then to now, and I've only been collecting for less than 4 years still. Like
I've spoken about this before.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, the price is crazy, and obviously COVID, you think played a big part in that too, right?
I wouldn't think so.
You don't think so?
Nah, I don't think so. I think
people were locked at home. They had nothing better to do. Then they were just scrolling and buying stuff off eBay, mate.
yeah, but that's
and
nothing
everyone
to
raised
do.
their prices.
Yeah, but that's nothing wrong. Nah, I don't think so.
I think it's gone up massively. So.
Oh yeah, but that's not because of COVID.
Okay.
It's all about supply and demand. So here in Australia, land down under, Australia. We obviously shipping is hardcore. I'm telling you, hardcore.
Can we get an example?
Well,
is that possible?
Well, compared to when I opened, and now shipping, and because of COVID, shipping has gone up about 40 to 50%. So it's hardcore, and a dollar isn't the best conversion from the US dollar, and that is hardcore as well. So what happens is, as a store in Australia, g'day, we don't order a lot on the shelf. So it's less and less. So again, supply and demand. Like for instance, I'll give you an example of a day release turning key, a day of release book. Amazing Spider-Man 88 with Goblin Queen, day of release, bang, becomes a key, right? I think I had 2 for the shelf, right?
After your orders.
After my orders, right? Gone, I think first day. At obviously, you know, at shelf price.
Always.
Only at Big City Comics.
Never will he raise the price.
I've got one in the cabinet.
Oh, really?
I do, but that was after the fact. Someone dropped their order in my lap, and it had that in it, and that's when it's in the cabinet. Okay. But that was it. So that's what I mean by supply and demand. We didn't put a lot on the shelf. I didn't anyway. But the thing is too, the companies like Marvel or Diamond, the distributor, but you know, predominantly Marvel or DC. DC are doing a lot more and more, a little bit more now, but Marvel definitely, that I have seen, they don't tell you order heaps of this book because it's going to be a key. It's going to have this in it. It's going to have that in it.
You need to know that stuff.
You know, as a retailer, yeah, but I think they don't do that because they'll probably think that we're going to leak that information. And why wouldn't we? We want people to order it. We want to sell it. So, but they don't do that. It's not confusing. It's just a curiosity that I have. Why don't I do that? But anyway.
What about, let's say, go back to when you first opened the shop. Was there as many variants back then?
Yeah, there was. Yeah,
it's always been like that. Because I guess when I first started, believe it or not, I didn't cover buy. I would just buy books that I wanted to read.
They were a bit different. The DC stuff used to have cover A and cover B, and I used to order one of each. for the shuffle, 2 of each or whatever.
Because I guess I don't know if
And
you
the
have...
ratio variants, and
ratios,
artist
but-
variants, and exclusive variants.
Yeah, so has it always been a massive market for exclusive variants? Because it's crazy now.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
No, I don't know, man. I've only been in business for 5 years. So
Yeah, I know, but I guess because here we don't get the exclusives. But man, like there are comics that, you know, there's a cover A, B, and C, and then there's a ratio, and then you didn't
Couple of ratios.
You don't even know, but there's about 20 exclusives out there.
Yeah, because
that you don't even know about.
We get emails from Diamond or Marvel or whoever asking if we want to pay for an exclusive. But there's a minimum order, like 1,000 copies.
What about
Like I'm not buying 1,000 copies of my artist exclusive. There's no way I would. There's no way.
What about when before you had the shop?
Justify that.
Before you had the shop and you were just a collector, was there a massive exclusive market as well?
Not that I know of.
Yeah, because it's insane now.
Yeah. Well, is it? Or,
It's insane. Like there are so many awesome covers.
well,
that
I
you
would have
want.
said I would say there is. I'm pretty sure there probably was because I've got a couple on my own, like from which I didn't realise what they were at the time when I bought them. You know.
Do you get much demand from customers asking for these exclusives that store
If
exclusives?
they release, if
But they
they're
never come
released
out.
through Dynamic Forces,
But they won't.
If they're released through Dynamic Forces, yes, I say to them, this is available. But when people do ask, and I have customers ask, it'd be more easier for them to go to the website and buy it from the comic book website.
Yeah.
Because then it'll be more cheaper, because what happens is then I have to put my markup on it, you know? So it just works out better for them. That's all.
Have customers changed in the last 5 years?
In what way?
The type of customers that come in, the demands that they're wanting.
Well, obviously I've changed suburbs.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've changed. I've had some customers who remained with me from Fitzroy. You know.
Loyal, so loyal.
And other customers as well who have stayed from Fitzroy. But that area was different compared to this. The customers that I've from this, it's just a different culture. So yeah, customers have changed. But in the same time, reading habits and collecting habits, they tend to stay the same.
And that is all we have for you today. Thank you, Mark. Mate,
You're welcome, buddy.
You're not making as many appearances these days. People miss you, mate. It's my fault, though. It is my fault. I'm very busy these days, so.
Oh, he's very busy with life.
Well, it's my one day off.
Life is busy, mate.
It's my one day off the week, and like, I used to put you first.
What do
but
you mean
now-
you get 2 days off?
Yeah, but the other day's the weekend, so everything's closed, so it's hard.
Okay.
So like next week, I'm gonna go get my health sorted out.
His health sorted out.
But people miss you, so make sure you guys drop a hashtag #HiMark in the comments below, and don't forget to give a thumbs up. And until next time, say bye, Mark.
Bye, Mark.
Moonwalk your ass out of here. Keep
I'm
it simple.
shuffling. I'm shuffling this time.
I'm going to do my intro.
Do a fucking intro then.
I'm going to do it. All right, ready?
Do your intro. What are you waiting for?
It's fucking noisy.
Oh, it's too noisy. Coffee's too noisy.
My microphone's very sensitive.
Oh, just like your heart.
Oh, come on.
Isn't it? His microphone is sensitive, just like his heart. It's fun. What? You got a box? What? Did you go to boxing on Sunday or something?